it's IELTS Beginner Writing Tutorial, and in this lesson we are going to learn how to answer IELTS Academic Writing Task 1, mainly how to describe a line graph. I'll give you all the essential information to give a band 7.5 plus answer. So, let's take a look at the given line graph. What it says? The line graph illustrates the percentage of people who used bicycles as their main mode of transportation in 4 cities from 1995 to 2020. First thing first, never leave the description unread. It should always be in top priority. This information is very essential as it helps you to understand what's going on in your graph, so read the topic carefully. Now let's move to the graph and try to figure it out. In the horizontal axis, we have the years, and in the vertical axis, we have percentages of bicycle users. Likewise, we can see 4 cities which should describe observing the trends. Here is the standard structure that you should follow to give a band 9 answer. It consists of introduction and body paragraphs. You should never write a conclusion when describing a graph. So the first paragraph you write is your introduction. After that, you start writing your body paragraphs. In your body paragraphs, you should, first of all, give something called a general overview, which is also the most important paragraph. Secondly, give the details. Now, let's see how you should write each paragraph in order to produce a band 9 answer. For the introduction, you need simply to paraphrase the information from your topic. It should not be longer than 2 sentences. You see, you need simply to tell what your graph shows and for what period of time. And here is how I wrote it. The line graph compares the proportion of residents who used bicycles as their primary mode of transportation in Amsterdam, Tokyo, Copenhagen, and Berlin between 1995 and 2020. As you see, the first 2 words were kept the same. I didn't change the line graph. And you should never ever change the type of your graph because it will lose the meaning if you do so. So if you have a bar chart, keep the bar chart, and for a pie chart, keep the pie chart. And after that comes verbs, and verbs can always be replaced with synonyms. So it's a very good idea to paraphrase the verb. So instead of illustrates, you can use shows and gives information about. There are many synonyms, but these 3 are enough. After that, I write the proportion of residents instead of the percentage of people, which is a good sign of a better band score, and in the middle I only change the word main and cities. The synonyms like primary is suitable, and at last, instead of writing 4 cities, mention all the cities' name like I do, and it's a very good technique to give the names as you should be very specific when introducing the graph. So, always try to list countries in your introduction of Task 1. Finally, we have a time period which you should always give when it's possible. So, I changed the phrase between 1995 and 2022 from 1995 to 2020. So, that's all with our introduction. It's absolutely clear, it's absolutely accurate, so anyone who reads it without seeing our graph will have a clear understanding of what our graph shows, for what countries, and for what period of time. Now, let's move on to the next paragraph. After you have written the introduction, it's time to write an overview. In simple words, an overview is a paragraph that contains all the key information from the graph. When giving an overview, you should not state any specific details. You should simply write what's happening on the graph overall. So, no dates, no numbers, no percentages in your overview, just general trends. So let's take a look at the key features on our graph. It's easy to note that all the 4 cities' bicycle users increases steadily over time. Amsterdam had the highest percentage of bicycle users, while Berlin remained the lowest. So, that's our 3 key features. You should normally have from 2 to 4 key features. And here's how I wrote my overview. Overall, all 4 cities experienced increases with different pace. Amsterdam consistently recorded the highest percentage of bicycle usage throughout the period, while Berlin remained the lowest. In the first line, I only write the simple sentence shown in the graph, which is obviously every city's experienced increase in trend with different pace. In the second line, as you see, I am just saying that the proportion of bicycle users of Amsterdam recorded highest, whereas Berlin had the lowest bicycle users. Note how I use the linking word, while to contrast the two trends. It's a very nice technique. Also note how I avoid repetition, which can also lower your band score. The first time I said consistently recorded, and after that I said remained the lowest, but actually it was also consistently recorded for a specific period of time, and this is good sign of high band score. Instead of consistently recorded, I could also use steadily remained or consistently showed an upward trend, and instead of remained the lowest, I could say had the lowest and so on. So that's all with our overview. After you have finished the general overview, you need to give the specific details. It's a good idea to divide your part of writing, where you give the details, into paragraphs. And to do that, you need to group your data by some feature. In our case, we could group data in two ways. The first way is to group by cities, so that we can describe each city's data in a separate paragraph. I mean, we could describe Amsterdam's and Tokyo data in the first paragraph, Copenhagen's and Berlin's data in the second paragraph. Or the second way is to group by time, the same way as we did. The second option is more logical, as it follows our overview, and I choose this option. So I will describe the data from 1995 to 2005 in one paragraph, and the data from 2005 to 2020 in another paragraph. And here's my first paragraph with the details. In 1995, just under 30% of people in Amsterdam traveled by bicycle, followed by about 22% in Tokyo and around 15% in Copenhagen. Berlin recorded the lowest figure at roughly 10%. This line is perfect, complex, and have enough data. The second sentence is, over the next 10 years, the number of cyclists rose steadily in all four cities, reaching approximately 32% in Amsterdam, 26% in Tokyo, 19% in Copenhagen, and 12% in Berlin by 2005. Instead of this sentence, you can also write after 10 years or after a decade, the number of bicycle users reached approximately 32% in Amsterdam, 26% in Tokyo, 19% in Copenhagen, and 12% in Berlin by 2005. These two sentences are also non-repetitive, contains enough data and complex. Up to now, our line graph can really score 7.5 plus band, which is really good for writing section. Let's move to the final and second paragraph. We have a remaining data from 2005 to 2020. This paragraph shows how you end up your writing with clear, not following the similar ideas or trends, and give smooth and important data from the graph. My paragraph looks like this. Between 2005 and 2020, growth continued but at a slower pace. By the end of the period, Amsterdam reached around 37%, while Tokyo climbed to about 30%. Copenhagen also increased to roughly 24%, and Berlin rose gradually to around 18%. Despite fluctuations, the ranking of cities remained unchanged. Remember, you should support your writing with enough data too, so if you say that there was a change, don't forget to write the amount of change, and always write your task one answer in one tense. So if you're describing something that happened in the past, you should write the whole description in past simple tense. So that's all with our writing. We've done it together, and this piece of writing is a Band 8 plus answer. To read this lesson and many other useful lessons for IELTS writing, you can subscribe. I wish you good luck and see you soon in another IELTS lesson.